Greetings, I am Dr. Sizakele. Welcome to Full Circle with Zar. I, like Rumi, believe that the circle has no beginning and no end. When we gather in community, we create the space to reflect, share, correct, and encourage, so that in the end, we can all rise to our highest selves. Here is another opportunity to raise the self through love and compassion. Remember that healing is an ongoing pursuit. Today, we're going to talk about the buffet, or as other people say, the buffet. Don't judge them. If you can spell it, you're already a winner. Whenever we went out to fancy restaurants on special occasions, Mother used to stress the proper use of silverware, napkins on your nap, not tucked into your shirt, sipping your drink and not slurping it. She would expose us to all her meager means would allow, and she'd be damned if we gave anyone reason to stare or judge. This was a hard-working woman who just wanted to give her kids a peep into life on the other side. She was ambitious for us, clearly in her mind, rating us for a life different from her own. I don't ever remember her talking to us about growing up and being rich with fancy things. She always encouraged, okay, who am I fooling? She admonished us to make something of our lives and be of use to society. The message stuck and would propel me when I got tired. It would chastise me when I dared behave out of character. It would encourage me when the going got tough, as it did many, many times and continues to do so. Mama may not be in my everyday presence, but her voice still reigns supreme, piercing through all others with a perfect pitch. I mean, a pitch so perfect, Miss Ross would be proud of it. Why not invent a metaphor whilst you're at it, Miss Zah? So sometimes she would change up the experience. She'd take us to restaurants in chain hotels with matching drapes and carpets. I remember a lot of buffets there. This was not as polished an experience, but it was the most illuminating. She would walk with you as you helped yourself, quietly whispering, you can always come back for more. You don't have to load your plate. You'd take a bit of the familiar and venture into whatever looked interesting. Why leave home to eat the same stuff? So then you'd return to this table and chow down. If more was desired, more would be had. Sometimes between mouthfuls, you'd look up to check the scene. And most times there'd be a character to behold, someone whose plate is so full the gravy would be dripping off the plate onto his hands, which weren't empty because they're already fumbling some of the dessert or some pastry or other. As kids, we would point and chuckle. Mum wasn't pleased about this. Hush, she would say, and mind your own plate, and we would. There's no point annoying Mum on a beautiful outing or distressing her in a room full of white folk. I think her sensitivity antennae were sharper in multiracial settings, not wanting to be a spectacle, or worse, invite the wrath of folks across the room who gave your dressing down with a glance that left no doubt about their displeasure at your presence. It was on one such occasion that Mama would offer up her wisdom, delivered in monotone, making it easy to miss if you weren't paying attention. I recall her saying, you can tell a lot by a person by how they behave at a buffet. I was too young or absent-minded, in management consultancy speak, to check for understanding, but my soul captured it for future use. And then one day it dawned on me that she was speaking more than just about the buffet. Essentially, she was talking about character flaws such as greed, entitlement, and selfishness. Much later, I would understand that she was encouraging us to observe more and judge less. So the person who's the glut at the buffet shares traits with the person who's wasteful at your function because they didn't pay for anything. The colleague who steals your food in the shared refrigerator at work, the person who takes over 2 parking spaces, who leaves a shopping cart leaning against your car, who picks out all the black M&Ms from a jar because that's their favorite color, who walks over a piece of paper on the floor at reception because that's not their job to pick it up, or walks past a ringing phone at a colleague's desk because that's not their desk. The friend who comes to everything and brings the cheapest booze yet drinks your finest wine. The relative who arrives empty-handed and leaves with every container she could find filled to the brim because you must share. You guys have too much. And anyway, Zai, you have no children, so who is chowing your money? Many people reveal their true character in various ways. If only we could pay attention to their behavior instead of ignoring them because she is like that or he's like that, or looking away because it's too embarrassing to engage. We take on their behavior as a slight on us when in fact it is a revelation. So next time you're at a restaurant with a buffet spread, such as the one I demonstrated or illustrated in this story, take your time to look at the person whose plate is overflowing and gravy is dripping from his fingers with pastry in every hand. See if you can tell something about them. And I know you will, because my mother is never wrong. You can tell a lot about a person by how they behave at a buffet.